Hello, my good friends. It's another day, and I wanted to share some information to you guys. Now, there's some people who have been asking what is the difference between a two-wheel drive car, four-wheel drive car, and an all-wheel drive car. Basically, there are three driving trains. We have the all-wheel drive, which is a modern driving system. And then you have a four-wheel drive, which is usually found in these large cars like Land Cruiser Prado, Toyota Hilux, all those cars that you've seen them with 4x4s. Those are four-wheel drive cars. And then we have the two-wheel drive cars like these daily used cars like Toyota Harrier, it's a two-wheel drive. You get Toyota Fielder, two-wheel drive, Toyota Vitz, Nissan Note, and all that. Those cars are two-wheel drive. Now let's start with two-wheel drive because that is the most common drivetrain that is available. Now in a two-wheel drive, you have two types. You have a front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is mainly found in small cars like these ones, where the front wheels drive the car while the rest of it just follows by. The front wheel does the steering and also it does the driving of the vehicle. Same as these Toyota Probox here. It is a front wheel drive. So this car is advantageous to people who are looking for a fuel efficient car. Hii gari ya two wheel drive haikunywi mafuta mingi if you compare to a four wheel drive or an AWD car. Okay. Now the challenge about a two wheel drive car is that it will struggle in harsh conditions. If you're going to go off-roading, or if you be driving in slippery environment, maybe in mud, wet wet grass, or maybe even in icy conditions in those that is in some places if they have they get snow or something like that. But here in Kenya, maybe I'd say in rainy conditions, in slippery roads, and maybe in slippery grass or wet grass, a two-wheel drive will struggle. But that is mainly in a rear wheel drive car. If you're going to drive in those conditions and you want a two-wheel drive, maybe you can try a front wheel drive. Now let us talk about a rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive is mostly found in sporty cars, in the likes of uh, Toyota Mark X. Toyota Mark X is a rear wheel drive. Nissan GTR. Oh no, okay, no, sorry. Nissan GTR is a four wheel drive. There are so many sporty cars ukipata hizi gari yenye ni RS kidogo, most of the times inatumia rear wheel drive so that the power is pushed from the back and the front wheels are used for traction, for steering of the vehicle. Sawa. So front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, zote ni two wheel. All wheel drive is found in the standard cars, hizi gari za kawaida za day to day activities, alafu rear wheel drive is usually found in sporty cars. Okay. Now let us talk about 4x4. 4x4 is the most common driving method in these large cars. Four-wheel drive, that is 4x4. Now the four-wheel drive is that the system or the engine pushes all the power to all the four wheels equally. 25% in each tire because we have four tires. So 25% the right tire, 24% the left tire on the front, and then also at the back same thing, 25% on the right tire, 25% on the other tire. So the power is split on all the four wheels equally. This one is a very superior drivetrain in cars that are good for off-roading, especially these large cars like Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Ama heavy commercial cars and they need maximum traction. Hizo drivetrain huwa zinapatikana hapo sana. If you want to go off-roading, a good drivetrain inaweza kuchukua is a four-wheel drive. Hata usifikirie method nyingine, just go for a four-wheel drive, which is very, very good. Now, the advantages and disadvantages of a four-wheel drive. Advantages of a four-wheel drive is that it is superior when it comes to off-road challenges. Itaenda vizuri sana. In slippery conditions, a four-wheel drive will get you out of a mess immediately, ama soon, ama haraka sana. You won't get stuck. Four-wheel drive also is very advantageous if you want a car that is used for towing. Kama unataka gari ya kubeba mizigo ama ya kupull, in other countries, when they buy family cars like these ones here, they usually have maybe a camper at the back, maybe a trolley inavutwa pale. So if you have a four-wheel drive car, that is the best thing to use for that. Of course, go for a four-wheel drive because you'll get a lot of traction. All the four wheels zitakuwa zimegrip barabara vizuri, so you won't have challenges doing that. Okay, disadvantages of a four-wheel drive is that it is fuel economical. Sorry, it is a fuel guzzler in some way. Itakunywa mafuta nyingi because the engine has to use a lot of power to push power to all the four wheels equally. So if one wheel struggles, the other one will kind of struggle. But the good thing about four-wheel drives huwa iko na differential locks. Differential locks is a mechanism that locks a tire to prevent energy loss to a tire that might be spinning. Let's say in an example, you go to off-roading, let us use the back tires. Maybe this tire is suspended and the other one is iko na traction mahali. Instead of this tire spinning aimlessly and wasting all the power, the locking mechanism locks this tire and sends the power to the other tire, which means kama ilikuwa ina struggle kidogo, power yenye ilikuwa inakuwa wasted on this side is sent to that side, which will help your vehicle get out of a stuck situation easily. So kuna limited slip differential, kuna center lock, center diff lock na kuna rear diff lock. Okay, so with a four-wheel drive car inakupatia all those options. You can choose to lock your center diff, ama you can lock your rear wheels for good traction. Ukiwa off-roading sana sana, ukiwa ina mess mali kimeumana, just lock your diffs. Ukiwa umetoka kwa hiyo noma, you just unlock your differentials. Locking your differentials is not very good because it kind of wears off the drivetrain. It is only used in specific or in hard conditions. Mali umeshindwa kabisa, you just lock your differentials. In the normal mode, ama kama you're not stuck anywhere, make sure your differential is not locked at all. Okay, now let us talk about the third drivetrain yenye tumeongelea. This is the modern one, which is AWD. AWD umeangalia gari kama hii ama Subaru. Umeona Subaru ziko na symmetrical all-wheel drive. This is a modern method. Now the car itself, power is sent to all the four wheels. That is a point that you need to note. But now the system that drives that car is intelligent. It knows when are you supposed to put power on this wheel, when are you supposed to put on that wheel, and when are you supposed to put on the front wheels. As compared to 4x4, 4x4 the power is pushed to all the four wheels equally. It is split in 25% for all the four wheels. But in an all-wheel drive, the system determines when to switch on a four-wheel drive or when to switch it off, and it will also determine how much power each wheel needs as per the condition of the environment you're driving in. If the front right tire loses traction and these other ones have traction, at least the the computer system will sense that we don't need a lot of power here, we need in the other ones that has traction in. So all the power may move from this side probably to that wheel that has a lot of traction, which can easily pull out the vehicle from a mess. Or maybe if this tire and that tire has traction, the other ones are slipping around, the all-wheel drive system will minimize the power being lost on this side, and by itself it will send power to all those wheels. And all-wheel drive is it is good for somebody who wants a balance between fuel economy and good off-roading what can I say, off-roading ability, ama capability. An all-wheel drive is not best for off-roading. A car that is best for off-roading is a four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive are purposely built for off-roading, but an all-wheel drive was created to create a balance between a two-wheel drive car and a four-wheel drive car. Now, this is an all-wheel drive is an intelligent version of a four-wheel drive. This car by itself will determine when do I need to lock the four-wheel drive, when do I need to take it off, and yeah, it determines how much power do I need to put on the front wheel, the right or the left, and also how much power am I supposed to put on the rear wheels. If you don't need power on this side, the computer system will move away the power that was coming to this side to a tire that needs all that power. So that is basically about all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and two-wheel drive. So what are the limitations of all-wheel drive? All-wheel drive is not best for off-roading. It is best for all weather conditions. In an icy environment, an all-wheel drive could be better. In slippery conditions, all-wheel drive could be better, but for off-roading, an all-wheel drive is not very impressive. So all these three cars, driving trains, are purposely meant for different styles. If you want a car that is If you want a simple car, gari, you don't need a lot of power to move it around, ama you don't have issues with traction, especially if you're moving just within the city or in highways that are not uh, that do not have harsh weather. A two-wheel drive would be good for you. If you're going to buy a car yenye unataka kupeleka off-roading, unataka kupanda milima, unataka kwenda kwa desert, unataka kwenda kwa rocky environment, always go for a four-wheel drive. And if you want a car that is in a fit everywhere, that is balanced between all that, an all-wheel drive car like this Honda Vezel or a Subaru does that magically. So that is basically two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and an AWD, all-wheel drive. So if I'm not very clear somewhere, maybe you can comment it. Unaweza nisaidia hapo ku explain some few things. Angalia kama Quattro, this is an all-wheel drive. Hiyo Toyota Harrier is a two-wheel drive of course. Harrier ndio nyingine hapa, hii ni AWD. Unapata kama hii ni all-wheel drive pia. Alphard, Velfire, these are two-wheel drive. This is the LX600 kama hii ni all-wheel. No, it's a full four-wheel drive here. Hii ni gari ingine safi sana. Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, I had kuna mtu alikuwa amereview Prado sometimes back akisema Prado is iko na button ya two-wheel drive, three-wheel. No. Toyota Land Cruiser Prado as always inakuja with four-wheel drive. This car is an off-roader. There's no option. It comes with a four-wheel drive each and every time. Two-wheel drive, hiyo ni two-wheel na hizo zingine zote. Alafu one good thing about the Nissan X-Trail, kuna yenye inakupatia an option ya two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. That is Nissan X-Trail na Mitsubishi RVR. Kuna button ya kuswitch your car from a two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive. Okay, so yeah, I think I should see you guys in the next video, and if you like it, make sure you subscribe for more, and see you in the next one. Thank you.